SCP is many things to many people. It's an unchecked, unstoppable force with the goal of protecting the average person from certain doom. It's an acronym for Secure, Contain, Protect. For most, though, it's a wiki that contains works of fiction created by an international community of authors and artists for fun. While that community is amazing, there have been attempts to replicate it. One of these attempts gained a large amount of popularity after it was mentioned in Sam the Ritual Caster. Created by Lucy Randall, the website for Phil Moore's feel-good party Emporium took the shape of a simple forum, with a product listing taking the form of a forum. There are separate item and store review forums as well, along with a section entitled From the Desk of Dr. Feelgood. From the Desk was a collection of communications and notes from Dr. Feelgood. A common statement used by the community was "the Emporium hungers." With a surface that seems off to begin with, it's no surprise that beyond it is a bit odd. Reviews with titles that don't reflect the contents, and items for sale that have strange side effects. This was just what you could see without an account. When logged in, you could see the community at work, writing perspective posts for the public categories, discussing memes about other creative endeavors, and a general well-integrated community. If you're wondering why I'm talking about it in past tense, well, it no longer exists. All that remains of the site now is a text document that our writer has access to. A major reason for this is that Lucy couldn't afford to keep the site up. We will be reading from what still exists in later videos. Fortunately, the Wayback Machine is our friend, and this will be what we read from. We will read from the last post in the archive, with some modifications. The location I'm purchasing for the Emporium was owned in the 1920s by a human known as Roaring Riverly. The building itself seemed to fit a large number of people, more than the space from the outside would seem to allow. It became famous for the long parties that Riverly threw. They finally sold the place in 1940 to an archivist named Necro, who threw parties of a different sort. He stored a large amount of dark artifacts and dark stories in the archives. Alongside him was a guide to the atrocious tales. People even say that an automata came in with a talking jar of peanut butter and debunked some of the files that Necro showed them. Something happened in the last 10 years to make both Necro and even the atrocity guide want to leave the property. Lucky for me then, I got the anomalous building on the cheap. Thanks for watching, and remember, the Emporium hungers. Welcome to Kin.